We hear it all the time. Walking is good for you. It's such common advice that, honestly, we probably just file it away as something kind of minor. But what if this simple, everyday movement is one of the most powerful tools we have for changing not just our body, but our brain? Well, today we're going to unpack the real science behind the incredible power of walking.
And this is the real question, isn't it? Is walking actual exercise? We tend to think of it as, what you do when you can't get to a real workout. Something light, almost optional. But as we're about to see, the science tells a much, much more exciting story.
So let's just bust some of these myths right off the bat. The myth is that walking is this optional activity that burns a few calories, a weak exercise. But the reality? Oh, it's a foundational human movement that completely resets your body's chemistry and can actually rebuild your brain. And that's exactly where we're going to start, with the brain.
Okay, this is where things get truly eye-opening. The effects of walking go so far beyond just clearing your head for a few minutes. It physically, literally, changes the structure and the function of your brain.
So deep inside your brain, there's a structure called the hippocampus. It's absolutely crucial for learning and for forming new memories. And here's the thing. As we get older, the hippocampus naturally starts to shrink, and that's directly linked to memory decline. For a long, long time, scientists thought this was just an irreversible part of aging.
And here is the bombshell. A landmark study took a group of older adults and had them do one simple thing: just walk, a few times a week. After a year, they did brain scans, and what they found was incredible. Their hippocampus hadn't just stopped shrinking, it had actually grown. Walking was literally reversing a key indicator of brain aging. I mean, that's profound.
So how in the world does this happen? Well, walking boosts a special protein called BDNF, which supports the growth and the communication of your brain cells. And I love this analogy from the source material. BDNF is like fertilizer for your brain. Every single walk is like you're nourishing your brain, helping it stay sharp, healthy, and growing.
And it's not just about memory either. It's about creativity. A study out of Stanford University found that walking increased creative output by an average of 60%. 60! That's huge. It just goes to show you that walking doesn't just maintain the brain, it actively unlocks its potential.
And the reason for that creative boost is that walking fires up a part of your brain called the default mode network. Now, this is the system that kicks in when your mind wanders, when you're not focusing on one thing. It starts connecting distant ideas and generating those incredible aha moments. It's exactly why you so often solve a tricky problem when you're out on a walk, not when you're sitting there staring at it.
Okay, so moving beyond the brain, walking also acts like this master reset button for the entire body, especially when it comes to two of the biggest issues we face today: stress and sugar.
When we're stressed out, our body is just flooded with the hormone cortisol. And living in that state day in and day out is incredibly damaging. But the simple, rhythmic motion of walking, left foot, right foot, sends this powerful signal of safety straight to your brain, activating what's called the rest and digest system. It interrupts that chemical cycle of stress, basically telling your body, hey, it's okay, you can turn the alarm off.
Walking also has this incredible effect on blood sugar. So think about it. After you eat a meal, glucose enters your bloodstream. Now, instead of just letting it spike, if you go for a short walk, your muscles get hungry for that exact fuel. They literally start pulling the glucose directly out of your blood to use as energy. This stabilizes your levels without needing a big surge of insulin. A simple 10-minute walk after a meal can be a total metabolic game changer.
And this gets to a really fundamental point. We're always reaching for coffee or an energy drink to borrow energy, right? But walking teaches our body how to produce it. It stimulates our mitochondria, those tiny little power plants in our cells, to get stronger and more efficient. The result is this calm, steady energy that actually lasts, not that jittery spike and crash you get from stimulants.
All right, now let's get into the benefits we might be a little more familiar with, but they are no less important. Walking is a true full-body activity that strengthens our entire physical structure from the inside out.
Seriously, think of walking as a full-body tune-up. It's not just doing one thing. It's improving your heart health and circulation. It's lubricating your joints to fight off stiffness. It helps your digestion. It strengthens your bones through that gentle impact. And it even helps improve your posture from all that screen time. It's all about keeping these interconnected systems working together in harmony.
So we've seen all these incredible benefits, but what's the real secret to unlocking them? Well, it isn't about intensity or speed or distance. It's about something much simpler, but honestly, far more powerful. It's all about consistency.
This really comes down to the difference between sending your body noise versus sending it a signal. Your body treats a single intense workout on a weekend like noise. It's an anomaly. It doesn't know what to do with it. But a short 15-minute walk done most days of the week, that is a clear, consistent signal. And it's the kind of signal your body knows exactly how to adapt to.
And here is probably the most important takeaway of all. Consistency transforms an action into an identity. When you walk most days, you're not just doing exercise. You are sending a message to every single cell in your body that movement is just part of who we are now. And your biology will literally reorganize itself around that new identity.
And ultimately, all of this leads to a concept that's way more important than just lifespan. We're talking about your health span, the number of years you live well, with independence, with energy, with mental clarity. Walking is one of the single best tools we have for extending this, for adding life to your years, not just years to your life.
So it really all comes down to this. Your body is constantly listening, always waiting for instructions. And the evidence is crystal clear. Walking is one of the most powerful positive signals you can possibly send it. So the only question left is, what signal are you going to send today?
If you found this video helpful, please like it, share it with a friend who might need it, and subscribe to HealthPulse Hub for more simple health tips.